everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Key, where you guys are getting all the tea on how the entrepreneurs I have on the show are so successful with their businesses. If you haven't checked out the last episode, you can check it out right here. And if you're watching this one, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Today's a very special episode to me because I have one of my closest friends and my big brother on the show, Tylon Watford. So Tylon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So what's good? I'm Ty. So I'm originally from Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm here at A&T right now. And so I guess even you know this, Key. So, I started here as a computer science student, trying to like work for somebody and, live a regular American dream, trying to get a good job or whatever. But as me and Key get into a little bit later, like we started really chasing our dreams. And so a little bit about me is like I'm a visionary. We dream chasers right now. So.
Dream chasers. So this episode is really special to me and cool because me and Tylon wanted to tell you guys a story about how we met and just the nature of our relationship and why it's important to have friendships like the one we have. So I'm gonna let Tylon start the story because I'm gonna let you start. Go ahead.
So pretty much, it was like 2017 we met, I believe, and it was like fall semester in school, whatever. And I'm not sure like who introduced us. It may have been like a mutual friend, but we really met on the business tip because she actually lived near me. Actually, we met through CJ.
Neighbors. Yeah, we met neighbors. CJ. We're neighbors.
So we met through CJ, and at that time I had been working on some things. We were working with a certain company, and it was like a new big bright idea. But I had a job and everything, and Key's not really a person who's gonna hop on everything. So she really wasn't rocking with the idea at first. So one of the main things that I do is I try to show people before I tell them everything, and that's something that I do. And so we ended up, linking up one day, and it was snowing outside. And neither one of us had no food. Yeah. I think she had food stamps at the time.
I did. I had food stamps.
She had food stamps at the time, so I had to eat or whatever. And so my homie picked us up, and he drove us down. Yeah, my homie Doug picked us up. He drove us down to the Harris Teeter. And so then that's when we really got cool because we was breaking bread or whatever. And then we really started to chop it up. And with any success story, we came up with a plan.
So Tylon, I guess I was coming into the story too. Tylon introduced me to a great opportunity, and we actually created a culture and movement on our campus, I would say. We were known as some things and stuff. We went through a lot with being different. On campus, but it was like the nature of that relationship, that business, that partnership that we had, and just even our whole group, CJ, Tyler, Doug, just all the people we were working with and stuff. It was like great to be so young and doing the things we were doing while still being in school, because you guys know, like I preach on the channel, like you could be a full-time student and do this because most of us are. So it was just real cool, like how high we got up in the company and the accolades that we received, the recognition we got, like the conferences that we went to, all those things. Like I think it was so cool that we were able to experience that together.
Yeah, I think the dope part really for me was like just seeing the growth like within ourselves, you feel me? And then like going on free trips like to Jamaica, and then people don't understand, like we got bread when we got there, you feel me, just to spend.
Yeah, we was lit.
Yeah, and then doing stuff like that, man, that's what really excited me because like it really built our relationship, and I could see myself growing as a leader. And like speaking a little bit more on the culture that we had brought to the T, it was just like, it's dope because you giving people a vision, and it's like, everybody's dream is not to go work that 9 to 5. So like we preaching this, this newfound theories, these things that people are exiling and people are saying, oh yeah, don't go that way because it's hard, and so it's just like we really had to take a leap of faith on ourselves just to really be successful. And then just seeing the growth of you, because you went from a person who was kind of like reserved to that type of idea. You already had this one idea in your head. And then every night, we on phone calls, 30, 40 phone calls a night. You got lists of people's name written down who we need to call, we need to hit them. And then to be able to see that grow, and then to make the money that we did make in college, it was at one point we was touching more than our professors. You feel me? And so it was like, we was in class looking at direct deposit every single day. So it was just crazy, man. Like, and I love to see the growth in us. I definitely love to see the growth of you. Like, I'm really proud of everything that you're doing right now.
And one thing about me and Tylon's relationship that I love is that our relationship isn't just about business and money. Like, one thing about me and Tylon, that's really my bro. Like, he calls me when he going through it. I can call him when I'm going through it. And one thing too, another thing about us is that when we put each other onto opportunities, it's never like no hate and everything, you know. We just really sit there and think stuff out, and it's always like genuine intentions when we're coming with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's positivity, and we're trying to put each other on for like a good reason. You get what I mean? Like,
yeah, you know, because people be out here tricking Key to do everything.
Whatever.
So I'll be out here just trying to look out for her. But nah, we really gotta have each other's back out here because people not loyal, and that's really one of my biggest traits, man, is loyalty and really showing that respect to you and showing that respect to everybody, man. And always looking for different type of opportunities. And that's the biggest thing is never stop hustling. People give up so quickly because something doesn't work.
Right.
You feel me? And then people always say like, oh, you always got something going on. You always got something new going on. Why don't you? Like my boy Big Soldier said.
Why don't you?
You know, he said, I don't care if I make 100 million today. I want another 100 million tomorrow. Like, never put a cap on yourself. Never put limits on your success. And that's one thing that our relationship has taught me, and we continue to push each other. And that's what I rock with the most. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, we continue to push each other more and more every day, and I'm excited to see our growth. You know?
I can imagine where we will be. Like, that's just gonna be a crazy time. 10 years from now, us looking back, us at college.
We have group chats with the title millionaires by such and such date. You know, so it's like to see 10 years is gonna be a scary sight.
Billionaires.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the thing. People laugh at stuff like that, like, oh, y'all think y'all gonna do such and such. You know, I had my friends from let's make 100K this year. 100K this year, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. It's like never put that cap on yourself. So.
And Tylon, like you mentioned, it's good to have new opportunities. And I brought you here because you are an entrepreneur, and I want you to speak a little bit about one of your new opportunities.
Cool. So one of the recent things that I've been working on is pretty much like the drop shipping. And a lot of people have heard of it, but quite a few people really don't know what drop shipping is. And it's really dope because the way we're drop shipping, and I don't want to spill too many beans on it, the way we're drop shipping is we're doing accessories. So the site is going to be called Shopscapia. I'm working with a couple of my colleagues, and we're going to be working on that and launching that. And so the biggest part of that right now would be marketing, and pretty much trying to get our ideas into fruition. And so that's the biggest part about being an entrepreneur is having a successful business, that'll end up running itself. And so I think that's really important, especially like some of the stuff that we even collabed on is following through on what you're gonna say you're gonna do. And so like even what we're doing right now with the whole foreign exchange market and getting into investments and stuff like that, it's been a commitment. We've been doing this since the summertime. Well, I know at least, yeah, we started in the summertime. And so it's just been like, are you gonna dedicate yourself to your craft, or when you start losing money, you start losing bread in the market, that disclaimer, hey, you can lose money in this market, are you gonna give up? And so I'm gonna take that same initiative that I have in the foreign exchange market and put it into the drop shipping. Because as you know, like drop shipping requires us a little bit less capital, just because, I mean, it's drop shipping. If you know what drop shipping is, then you get what I'm talking about. And so that's one of the big things that I'm working on right now. But I say that to say, and I'm glad you brought up a new business, is like, I'm always thinking of something new. Right? Doesn't mean I'm quitting what I'm currently doing, but this can add on to that. This is another source of income that can add on to that. They say millionaires have what, 7 sources of income? 9 sources of income. So sure, got somewhere to add, right? And so it's just like, what's your hustle?
And look, we already done hit about, I need to insert the list for you guys, but I think we already hit about 5 out of the 9.
Straight up.
E-commerce is on there, drop shipping's on there, the foreign exchange market is on there, stocks and commodities, all that stuff is all on there. So we've been hitting a lot of those different things. So what's your why though, Tylon? Because like we're real close friends and we work really close together. And what is your why? Like, what keeps you going? You're so motivated and it inspires me. So
I feel like my biggest why, probably 2 reasons. Okay, so the number 1 reason is everybody's why. I ain't trying to go back broke. I don't want to be broke again.
Facts.
Like that feeling of not having anything, not being able to provide for myself, my family, or whoever that I need to keep good. As I hate that feeling, hate that feeling. And another big reason for my why is, it takes a village to raise a child. So people have put so much energy and effort into you, whether it's your peoples, you feel me, your folks in them, or it's just like me and you feel me, like you put stuff into me where it not necessarily have to be monetary or some bread or whatever like that. but you put time into me. You know, you put effort into me. You talk to me. You spill the beans to me, like when you're down bad, when I'm down bad. And so that time, that we can't get that back. You feel me? And so it's like I gotta keep going, because if I keep going. You know, if I'm going, T Green going, if I'm going, CJ going. And so it's just like we all thrive off each other. So my why is bigger than myself, because once your why becomes yourself, it's easy to give up on yourself. It's not easy to give up on people who depend on you.
Right.
So.
And how big do you see this year being for you?
Honestly, man, I feel like this is my millionaire year, and it's crazy because this year has already started out like wild. Like,
for real.
It's already started out wild, but then you see people around you, just like with Malik. And I don't want to put his business out there, but he's doing numbers on Forex right now. And so, like, even before the interview, we was talking. It was like, yo, should I put this in the market, because I know I can do what I can do with it. And you're just like, yeah. So it's just about encouraging yourself. You know, one, encourage yourself in the Lord, and encouraging yourself through your friends and those friendships that you build, those bonds and those relationships. And that's the thing, Key. It's all about, do you believe in your own abilities?
Right.
And so I feel like we can run it up this year. So I feel like this is my millionaire year. If I don't get it this year, then it's gonna be next year or the year after that. But I'm gonna get it. So that's my projections. I'm never gonna, I don't think small.
I think this our millionaire year, like, for real. And that's why I love our friendship, and I keep saying it throughout the episode though, because like, seeing Tylon work gonna make me work. Seeing me work, Tylon call me, what you doing, Key? Working? Oh, let me get to work too. Like, that's what our relationship is, and it's important to have these relationships, because I look at you like my running mate. And once again, Tylon, I really do appreciate our friendship, our business relationship. I just appreciate the connection we have, and I'm just glad to see the places that we're gonna go. And I truly do believe this year is about to be our $1 million year. And like he mentioned, why y'all not working? Like Soulja Boy said, they gotta get to work. So y'all gotta get to work, come eat with us, That's what Tea Time with Key is all about. I want you guys to be inspired by individuals like Tylon and really see that people are in their bag right now, and you're never too young to get started. That's really important to me, is that you guys know you're never too young to get started on your dreams. And I just wish that there was more stuff like this out there when we were younger, so that we can be getting started earlier. So I'm gonna plug in all of Tylon's information. Ladies, stay away, do not follow him. And everybody subscribe to my channel, okay? Have a nice day, guys, bye.